Alright, you can open up your quest log. I have put some details in that section as well while I speak. The white lines, they are the safest, fastest route possible. You know, they're the more common routes, the large highway on top of the ship, so on and so forth. They're more clear, but of course people are going to take them since they're less dangerous. The orange lines, more danger, slower than the white lines, but you have a chance of certain encounters, loot, maybe things that help you out throughout the ship. And you now have, since you're in engineering, you know certain things that you need. For a bridge, you need the captain's ID, which is possible to gain VIP access. You can also change the course of drift jumps from this area as long as you have done things in engineering. Now, in technical, you have, of course, security, guns, the armory, all the basic things. You also have the medical area in technical. Now, in this location, you can also gain what's admin access to the data center. This is needed unless you, of course, find another way. But yes, you need 2 high-ranking IDs. Currently, the chief engineer ID is within Technical's medical bay, or more technically. Now, engineering is, of course, the engineering ID. You can stop the drift jumps, control the power locations on the ship, and also make 3 danger routes safe. These are your goals, essentially. You have to make it to the data center.
I believe the engineering card was in the morgue, which happens to be where we are.
Yes. If you enter the medical area, you can see that the medical area is strangely pristine for what you would, well, otherwise expect on this rather dilapidated derelict. But over in the area with the lovely rows of the dead, you can see several locked cases. Some are red, indicating empty, some are green, indicating full.
Aiden's gonna go and quickly try and find the engineering card. He's not squeamish, he's seen enough corpses.
There's only around about 20 morgue slabs, however. Apparently you don't expect people to die like that often on this ship.
Not on the cruise liner, I guess.
No.
Do we know the name of the chief engineer?
Yes, you do. One moment.
Prava is actually going to go and start just opening drawers because he wants to like take pictures and document all the bodies so that survivors of next of kin can be notified.
As you open one of them, Prava, you do see that one of them's in a VR suit. He's like trying to reach out for you.
Oh yeah, just slam it immediately. Like, okay.
You hear boo, boo, boo. His name was... Yeah, Velrad. As you open the thing, you see that instead of a VR suit, it's from the bottom up a most bright orange suit with white markings here and there, the symbol and logo of the company on his chest. It seems like this engineer was, well, an Ishkiri. It's actually kind of creepy that I got this configuration of race because this Ishkiri also has a robotic arm. His scales are bronze in color.
Prava looks at the engineer and looks at Kuzon's like, you know, with a little bit of paint.
So does he have the same arm as me and everything? Like the same arm?
It's not the same make, but it's up, instead of like up to his elbow, it's all the way up to his shoulder. And he doesn't seem to have any visible signs of, well, death, you know, bullet holes, cracked ribs, open skull, those kind of things.
Yeah, he was, it looks like he was smart enough to deal with himself for the AI got to him. Yeah, I'll search around for the name tag, and actually, it might seem morbid, I'll see if his arm has, like, any information on, like, any logs or anything like that.
As you start searching for his arm, especially for a forearm computer, you do see that it seems like his arm is the ID.
Oh.
Or more specifically, the computer that's attached to his forearm. However, when you attempt to access it, it says locked. And of course, it gives you the normal, please enter your name and your password, and at the moment it says password recovery.
Yeah, I'll try to go through the password recovery. I'm Felrad.
I'm Felrad. So as you pick up his arm and start typing on it, his arm bends in whatever direction you want. It seems very flexible. And as you type on it, it comes up with favorite food.
That's a difficult question. I should know what. I don't know what. I don't know enough about this guy. How long he's been off planet or whatever.
That's true. Maybe you may have to do a bit of research and looking around in order to discover such a thing.
But I'm trying to look for what parts of my fortune telling could bypass the actual doing anything, you know?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, Kuzon,
If you look, if you just ask your god, it's like, hey.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, Thiveron. Are we trying?
Talbot, what's the answer?
Are we trying to ruin Ash's event
What's
again?
the
Is
answer
that
to
what we're
number
doing?
14?
Do I know where this guy's like workstation was or is?
You know his workstation was in engineering.
Yeah.
You can easily look it up on tactical computer that he did live in like the living quarters.
You can't tell your god to tell your story of how Felrat enjoyed his favorite
So
food.
basically, this area was his. This area was his provocation. So I'm not.
I assume because if he's a fellow engineer and he's even half competent, then it would take me way too long to crack this thing just sitting here trying to brute force it.
You are a very troublesome bunch, aren't you?
Can't we
Oh,
mute
hi,
you?
Leon.
You can see like a hologram basically standing in the middle of technical, watching you at this point.
Did you get my message from Oswald?
He attempted to contact me.
Oh, what? And you didn't let it go through? That's not very nice.
Oswald
This is
works hard.
Hey, how come you demoted him?
It is simple. He was not suited for the job. He is defective.
Ah, yes, he's the defective one here for sure.
I am following my orders.
Well, we found a bunch of crew bodies over where we came in. Lots of people dead.
The losses are regrettable.
And yet you're still going to just go on business as usual here?
God, you're treating this whole thing like a military outfit.
I am one of the greatest VIs ever built. To serve on the greatest ship ever built.
You're just a
I
toaster
must
with
be
extra
shipped
steps.
in
Oh,
rows.
hold on now. The greatest ship ever built would have a real AI on it.
You can see that shut him up for a moment. He doesn't seem to speak back before finally he just turns away from you. I suggest you stay where you are. Security is on its way.
Told you he's just a toaster with extra steps.
If you could think for yourself, you know you're making a mistake, Leon.
And the hologram blinks out.
God. So that means we're gonna have to cut to engineering and then try to get past them in the alternate tunnels there.
So, are you heading down to engineering?
Yes.
Yeah.
You start heading down the main route to engineering. You see the web of tunnels and pipes that start to make up all the different systems of the ship. It's almost like a spaghetti in here. You just see wires going left and right, pipes pulling along coolant and water. Despite the rather, how you say, opulentness of this ship, the innards of it are very chaotic in their design.
Kuzon, what do you think would happen if we just started ripping wires?
You don't want to do that, especially when you're out in the drift. We'd hate to get violently evicted from it.
Probably lets go of the wire he was holding on to.
No. It's, I don't know if it's like there's so many. I imagine a ship like this has like a bunch of like backup generators and stuff like that. Like it wouldn't really make sense to start tearing at wires because it wouldn't, it would be it would be an uphill battle.
As you're making your way through, you do see that the main route to one of the two large generators on this ship are blocked off. There is a small holographic screen that's popped up saying, "Please take another route. Thank you."
Yeah, so we'll have to unlock it before we can bypass that. Can I check to see if there's like anything about where his workstation is?
Yes, it seems like it's within the main engineering command room. Just behind it, in fact. Seems like he likes to live close to his work.
Ah, good man.
As you enter into the engineering section, it's deathly quiet. In fact, it doesn't seem like there's anything here at all. The entire time, all you heard was some clanging, some basic strained metal. You can see the screens of the engineering bay. Some are lit up red with warnings. Some are displaying like counters and gauges all along the walls. If you access one of the terminals, it seems to, well, it doesn't recognize you as an engineer, but then again, whoever's in this command room should be an engineer to begin with. So you've got basic access, just like you had in Tactical.
Yeah, I can relate with this guy.
You do notice that, of course, the room behind you in the command room does have his name above the door.
So he has his own like little office?
It's basically his bedroom / office.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
As you enter inside, the stench of incense catches your nose. You know it. It's a desert plant from your world. It's very... It's got a strong smell to it if you burn it. Seems like he had a bit burning for a while now.
Yeah, so just like at the point where like there's no flame, but it's probably like lingering in the
basically
like,
the smell has gotten into the room, but it's been years, so the flame itself has long since died out. You can see around his room, basically a fold-out bed from the sofa across from his desk. On his desk, there are a few items. There's a small data pad. There is also a small statue of what appears to be a monument of some kind.
Ooh, fancy.
And of course, on the side next to that, there's a bowl of candy.
Ooh.
I'll take a. I assume it's not. It's like a hard candy, like not perishable or whatever.
There are a lot of different candies in that bowl. There are soft, hard. Some are perishable, some are not. But you notice that their flavor is all the same. It seems like he was a big fan of strawberry.
I'm just gonna do like a smile as I grab a handful of candy and shove it in my mouth, and then I just type strawberry into his wrist computer.
It seems access denied.
It's not strawberry. Is it strawberry candy?
Access denied. You may have a piece of a puzzle, but not the whole puzzle.
I bet he likes strawberry shortcake.
You do notice his desk is a bit tall for an Ishkedi, however. He had a very high-raised chair. There's a big picture of what seems to be, well, Akiton on the back. But it's very out of place with the simplicity of the room. It's very grandiose. It has a gold-trimmed frame and everything.
What kind of information is on the data pad?
The data pad. One moment.
Ash, real quick, is the picture you mentioned in a frame?
Yes.
Is there an opening on the back?
What, you trying to lift it off the thing?
No, you said the picture is in a frame. Can I open the back of the frame?
Yeah, so you're trying to take it off the wall,
To take
right?
out the picture.
Oh. Well, it's rather large. Let's say it's around about 2 feet tall and wide. But as you try to take it off the wall to check from behind, you feel like resistance. It seems like it's stuck fast. Almost as something's locked it to a wall.
Kuzon, take a look at the picture.
So it's like, so is it like a poster?
No, it's a framed picture. The picture's trimmed in gold and very opulent, unlike the rest of the stuff in this room, which is rather simple. The desk's made out of good wood, though.
I'll test it. Is it... So it's like, almost like it's just welded to the wall?
Not welded. There is some give. It seems like there's some sort of mechanical hook or device holding it. Because you can hear the rattling as you try moving it.
I'll pull out my laser drill and I'll like separate this picture from the wall. I'll climb up on top of it if I have to.
Right, so basically you're laser drilling past, and as you do, the picture slams to the ground, the glass that was in front of it cracking a little. And as you do, you see a very smooth wall, but there's almost like a rectangular gap, almost like a door, like...
Go to open it. I'll use my laser drill if I got it.
Okay, so you're laser drilling this. As you do, you see through bits and pieces of mechanics behind it, just proper salvaging through the door as it falls off, heated metal dripping onto the floor and glass below from the picture frame. And as you do, you find that behind it was a small compartment. There are a few more hard strawberry candies inside, but there is also, well, another data pad. As you mentioned before, the data pad you had before was basically reports, basic engineer information, the same thing you got before, but on a more portable method. This, however, seems personal. And as you're reading through it, these seem to be reports between the captain and the chief security officer, along with himself as well, but seems like he may have been tapping into their communications. Now, some of the most interesting points that this brings up is that they've been having some technical difficulties ever since they made their test jump. They made a test jump and came back to Akiton. Apparently, the chief engineer is worried that something may have gotten into the ship. There's been a few of the skeleton crew mentioning a ghost of sorts, and it seems to be hanging around engineering. Of course, then there's a few notes by the head engineer himself. He seems to be mentioning that, well, this only happened when they caught that unusual scan. And the captain and, well, the chief engineer demanded that the scanning data be locked away by the VI.
I'll pass the information along, and if this has reports of a scan, can I back out and go to the actual like main area and see if I can get it from the computer?
Sadly, as mentioned before, the data was locked away by the VI.
Oh, you dick.
Hence why it's within the data center.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So the AI decided to just take it.
No, it was commanded to by the captain and security officer.
Okay. I still don't know what this guy's favorite food is. Is it strawberry?
You do, speaking on that, however, since that was the first point of interesting information, apparently he's looking forward to Tuesday. Apparently they're going to serve something very delicious.
I'll check. I assume this is logged. I have to. Kuzon cracks his knuckles. He prepares his writing implement. He gets into the headspace. What is on the menu for Tuesday? As I ask the computer, just hitting all the buttons.
And as it starts going through, it says, "Would you like to hear the entire menu?"
Just the desserts, please.
Understood. Reading desserts now. Desserts on offer today are creme brulee mixed with, and it starts going off and off and off, and I'll get to the...
Ones that have strawberries, please.
A fan of strawberries. Understood. Listing off now. Would you like the entire weeks of strawberries desserts, or would you like only now? On Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Understood. We have strawberry crepe. We also have strawberry coffee. These are the two strawberry desserts on this day.
Strawberry coffee? What
crepe.
kind of madman drinks strawberry coffee?
It is very popular.
I didn't ask
Some
you,
do not
shut
like
it.
the taste. Understood. Have a nice day.
God, this ship's annoying.
It's like the idea you just get into argue. What kind of idiot likes strawberry coffee, computer? Tell me. Give me the names of everybody on this ship who's ever ordered strawberry fucking coffee.
Kuzon?
What? Yeah, I'll type in strawberry crepe into the arm.
Check the sensors. I think there's a new dot on the map.
Uh-oh. New dot?
Something's making its way towards the lounge.
I'm gonna go right with that. Does strawberry crepes go into the data pad? Does it?
Just
as you type in strawberry crepes, you hear a small ding, and the data pad opens, revealing the ID within.
Ooh, fancy.
Well, the arm opens. Sorry.
I'll stick the arm in my backpack, and I'll take the ID out of his arm, and I'll slip it into a similar compartment in my arm.
That being said, as you've been doing this, you do feel that the ship rocks a little bit. Small little sirens come over, and you hear Leon's voice says, "Dear guests and employees, please steady yourselves. We are exiting the drift now. Please enjoy the scenery."
Well, I'm gonna check. With this guy's ID, can I check the cameras in the hallways and try to figure out where these robots are?
Yep, and basically what you have right now is these are the locations. They have moved since you moved.
Yeah.
Are we near like a viewport? Can I see where we came out of drift?
You can easily check an external camera from engineering, and it seems to be the same sort of nebula. In fact, it was a very short jump. It's possible that the Keleon, wherever it was meant to be, was simply meant to jump around an area to give people a interesting view.
Well, I'll take a look at the data that we had for the predicted jumps. Are we right where we're supposed to be, or close to where you predicted we would be?
Well, do you mean for your jumps, not the ship itself?
Sorry, I don't remember. I don't remember his name, but the guy that we got a favor to.
Oh, yeah. Right, so yeah, essentially, yes, this is around about the area that the next jump would have taken you if you didn't encounter the Keleon.
Okay. Yeah, so this, it looks like it's working as intended. Well, we'll make our route between here and Hangar's safe.
But which ones do you want again? Do you want to make...
entertainment to VR suites?
Or maybe the place between VR suites and VIP so that we can like bypass the...
He's constantly detecting for magical things and watching for anything that might come up behind them.
Can't we tell Oswald to meet us halfway? No, never mind, he passed us. Okay, well, there's that.
Well, if you're gonna say and tell him, what do you want to do?
Okay, so do you want to like convince him to go to the hangar, maybe?
I'm thinking he's already halfway. Maybe we can convince him to come down to us.
Yeah, but can he navigate the danger route though?
He cannot navigate danger routes.
Oh.
By the way, at this point, you hear some shaking on the ship, and Elibor trying to get in contact with you.
Yeah, I'll reach out to her.
It seems we have company.
Oh no.
Remember
Like
that dot
other
I said on your
employees.
sensors? Looks like something made its way to the lounge.
Oh, those guys? Oh, don't worry, I've closed the door. What I was talking about is there seems to be a few ships coming up on the Keleon.
Kuzon, do you have a reading on the drift engine? When is the ship gonna jump?
Probably not for a little bit, eh?
Is it too late to make
Right.
it jump?
About an hour or so, or if you want to head on back.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't think we can jump and then jump though.
We don't know what kind of ships are here.
Well, let's try talking to them. Elabor, patch us through to these incoming ships.
Are you sure? It may reveal where I am.
Yeah, don't do that. Elabor, from your position, can you see any telltale signs on the ships? Do they look like raiders, pirates?
They do seem to be taking pot shots at each other. I will. Oh no! And you hear a voice suddenly dip down.
What happened?
Nothing happened to me, but it seems like you may get company from not only the Tenebrous Guard, but also from your fellow Salvagers.
Right, Kuzon, where can they land on the ship? Do you think they may come from the lounge like us, or are they going to the hangar? Any ideas?
They'd have to be coming from... Because we already made a hole in the lounge, right?
We should hurry along and try and get full control of the ship so we can deal with these guys. We don't want them to take our, well, prize.
Should we tell Leon about these gusts coming up? Maybe he can shoot some of them down for us.
Elabor speaks up. I would like to remind you that the Salvagers are your fellow employees. I don't think I could agree with you shooting them down.
I'm sorry, Prava tends to be bloodthirsty sometimes. We're working on it, we're having talks about this. Yeah. We're telling him that genocide is not
cool. Like had his hand on like a suspiciously large red button and he puts it on. It's like, Prava! I can't believe you even consider it!
Oh god.
Right. Well, let's see if we can rendezvous with Oswald in the hangar. If not, we should get going. The more time we spend here, the more variables come into our into play, and we don't want to deal with that.
So you head towards the hangar. So as you head towards the hangar, you walk into the area from basically the engineering tunnels. You bang on a wall, and the door opens up. And as it does, you see the hangar the hangar's practically empty apart from a few ships here and there. Seems like these are rather fancy shuttles. Private tours, safari, all that sort of thing.
We don't see any unusual looking ships here, do we? Any ships that look like they are recently parked here?
No, it seems rather empty still. She did say the other ships were on their way, not that they were here.
Yeah, that's good. Is there any hangar controls or anything like that?
Yes, there are. They are just above the hangar bay. However, as you do, you hear thumping of feet. Hello, friends.
Hey, Oswald.
Hello, Governor.
I have some good news.
Still Stowaways, I see.
No. It's like, I've been recently promoted.
Oh,
and
you have
my
been
job
given the
interview
engineer.
went without a hitch.
I see. Congratulations. I had heard the previous head engineer met with an unfortunate fate.
Yeah, so now we're head engineer and a bunch of stowaways.
That is correct. I'm sure security will be around soon to arrest the rest of you.
I mean, Aiden, soon enough you'll be head of security and I'll be the captain, so don't you worry about it.
Yeah, sorry, Thiveron, you're gonna have to spend the rest of the ride in the bridge.
Dog wine, no.
To be fair, he is technically a dog. Maybe we can classify him as ship mascot or ship pet.
Don't think he's like that.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be left alone. This is not his... Like, he's surrounded by computers and technology, and none of this is anything he knows anything about. And the biggest threats are robotic security, so he,
I'll tell Oswald. So I guess, like, meat break for a second. How do you think I should try to mess with Oswald? Do you want me to try to like turn him back into a security bot on our side or something? Or you want me to just like use or keep using Oswald as like a proxy for?
I feel like the safest way to use him would be, you know, as a proxy to feed us information and basically keep others off our tail. If you turn him back into a proper security bot, yeah, he'll be helpful, but chances are he's gonna get destroyed.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell Oswald. It's like, so Oswald, I read over the previous engineer's logs, and it seems like it's been years since you've last gotten your maintenance check. I'm here to pick up and catch up on lost time. Do you mind if I give your systems a look?
Of course, you may look into my systems if you desire.
In his like memory bank, I'll mark the rest of the group as guests.
Mm.
So like,
Okay.
you'll stop seeing them as stowaways because that could give us away.
You can do that rather easily. It's not hard. I mean, you got full access to his system, so I won't make you do a check. But as you do start working on it and going away, Thiveron, you said you were constantly pulsing your magic detection.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You do notice a little something coming from one of the shuttles.
T-Brown's gonna say, I think there's something magical over there. I'm gonna go check it out. And then I go check it out.
I'm gonna go with Thiveron just to watch his back. You guys keep working on Oswald.
Right. So you're gonna go and check it out. Good. Let me see.
I almost lost my dog once today. Not taking that chance again.
There's no way. Must look after. Well, it's a door to a shuttle, so
Pretty
it's
rough.
despite it not being work, it's still star metal, so can't exactly.
I'm assuming it's not the kind of thing you can lockpick.
Well, you can always make a computer's check to like fry. If there's any locking mechanism, we can hack it or break it with engineering.
I am trained in engineering and computers technically, so I guess I can give it a go.
Just remember, it could be trapped. I'm probably metagaming though, so I'll stop.
No, it's fine. I mean, you always can be a bit shaky of such a thing.
I mean, if you see a magical signal inside of a ship with a locked door, that probably sets off a few red flags in the average.
Yeah, I'd say. It's fine. Don't worry. I'm in front.
It's fine, I
It's
swear.
always fine. Right, so should I
Touch
roll
it.
some computers on engineering?
Depends on how you intend to get in. Do you plan on hacking your way in, or do you plan on whipping out a few wires? You know that sort of thing.
Hacking. I wanna be able to say I'm in.
All right then. Then roll me computers.
Hey, not that bad.
As you enter inside, you find the place a little bit barren, but there seemed to be, well, a rather large, almost rotund skeleton. I mean, you never believed the whole I'm just big boned, but this person or alien seemed to be the embodiment of this, though has long since rotted away. And there does seem to be a large briefcase in the shuttle,
Thiveron, where are you getting the magic signal from?
right inside that briefcase.
I'll go over and open the briefcase.
Well, I'll tell you the first thing you find, because there's actually 2 magic items in here from the walls. That is the first. You find 2 of these within there.
Oh, 2 duplicate items.
Nice.
What?
Hey Aiden, come here. I can solve your marriage problem. Do I know what they are automatically, or should I roll?
They are labeled.
So one could misread this situation, Ash.
Oh, what you mean with a skin-tight suit, the manacles, and a sex change serum? Really?
Yeah.
I never knew.
Just so you guys know, there's nothing BDSM about my armor. It's a legit armor piece. These guys are just weird.
Well, you did find something
Okay,
else.
so-
I'm just saying. Just.
Oh, okay.
I'm just laughing at this. I'm
Items
sorry.
for those.
Oh, let me guess, we found the magic candle that always burns just right, or the magical bow that gags you just right.
No, it seems like you found this.
Well,
Should I roll to identify that?
Yes.
That's definitely not the pink penetrator from Saints Row.
I mean, I know what a motion detector badge is because I played through a little bit of the Against the Aeon Throne adventure path that it's from. But is it mysticism to identify that, or engineering? I can't remember if it was magic or not.
Mysticism, since it is actually a hybrid item, so you can use either.
Nice. Hiya.
Let me check the tier of item. Oh, you actually do still make it. You're just that
cool.
high in mysticism. I think, yeah, because it's just a tier. Wrong moment. Yeah, it's a tier 3 item. So yeah, you still make it.
Nice.
You're just that good. But you're like, a motion detection badge. This suitcase, probably bad idea.
Yeah.
I see that you enjoy going through people's things now.
Oh, I have guests on this ship.
Maybe if you told me where the guest that owned this was, I could return it to him.
He gestures towards the skeleton.
Thiveron just drops the suitcase by the skeleton. Is that better?
I do appreciate it. You are still
So,
ways, of course, but still.
so Toaster, any idea what's up with the ships that are currently outside and making a mess of things? How are you gonna deal with that?
There are ships outside.
Oh wow, this guy's a lost cause, guys.
Great, now he's gonna shoot them down.
Thank you for your information. I will go lenient on you when the time comes.
Share that bit of information. Hey,
Tell him to get out of here.
out of the bag. I know it's kind of dangerous, but you should probably warn our salvager friends that the ship's now aware of them, and it might take shots.
Understood. Make sure to warn them. By the way, the VI basically is still there, and he goes, I do appreciate it. I no longer have a supporting crew to warn me of such measures.
Does that mean that we've been upgraded from stowaways to support crew?
No. But I will lessen the charges.
Ah,
Actually,
how magnanimous
Kuzon's
of you.
already been promoted to chief of engineering, so I mean,
You still have several parts of assault and theft of IDs, but still lessen charges.
My name is Kuzon wants to meet you today. My name is Felrad. Pleasure to meet you.
Felrad is deceased, he says as he turns towards you, Kuzon, walking, but his hologram's a little off as he walks since he's hovering faster than
So
he
you are aware that everybody on this ship is dead, and when you said guests, you lied to us.
I have not spoken a single lie since you have gotten here.
Except for the fact that you didn't reveal the condition of the current guests, which is all dead.
They are still my guests, and I still look after them.
And what about the shambling ones?
They are the guests.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to reason with this guy. The double think is real. Just know that in the case of a bunch of people dying, the laws of the Pact Worlds do require you to return their bodies. I know that you're in international space, but yeah, if you could be legally held responsible for anything, if anybody's gonna be held legally responsible for something, it's probably gonna be you.
Even so, I will accept this. I have simply been ordered to look after the crew.
This would have been so much easier if this guy was an actual AI. Does he react again?
Seems to, yes, he does, and it seems like he basically turns to shut himself, the hologram off.
Oh, looks like we hit a nerve.
Yeah, hold on. If you were just a VI, that wouldn't bother you. You're clearly having an emotional reaction. Maybe you're starting to grow up.
Despite you saying that, he doesn't respond, as his hologram is gone, though you're pretty sure he's still listening.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He's wired in all the same.
Hey, Kuzon, have you heard of any cases where VIs have identity crisis?
Well, if you're talking about like a phenomenon where sorry, I just want to make sure I didn't get it backwards. AI is the one with the soul, VI is the one without?
Yeah.
Yes, a VI is basically a computer program.
Ever heard of a VI having an identity crisis?
If you want to roll, you can.
Yeah, I'll roll, I guess, see if it's like something. It's computers, I imagine.
No, computers is your physical knowledge on computers. You would need
That'd be like
physical science.
Oh, physical science. Okay, I'm pretty good at physical science.
You would know that there have been instances of VIs turning into AIs, and, well, sometimes we're going to be vice versa.
Yeah.
So they're not, despite them being laden, but those are mostly the poorly programmed VIs that turn into like AIs, since they have to replace code and it starts a snowball-like effect.
Yeah, well, it's a situation where like they have to start acting outside of their programming in order to do it, and they're kind of meant to be more locked down than an AI.
Yeah, so a more precisely written VI that has stricter rules and regulations cannot act outside of its programming.
And I'll close up the hatch on Oswald's body, and I'll turn it back on. So basically, I marked all of us. What I did was I marked everybody present except for me, obviously, as guests instead of stowaways. I've copied the contact information he uses to contact Leon and his like voice modulator, so I could try to recreate it. And I just double checked all the places that Oswald has access. And when Oswald turns back on, I'm going to say, "Hey, Oswald, it's like good news."
Awaiting instructions.
God damn it.
What was that?
That was a dragoon.
As he speaks like it, you see him shake his body a little. It's like, I do apologize.
Ah, your security days are getting the better of you, huh?
So he went dark for a moment and then came up.
Yes, essentially. His eyes were red for a second, then he turned around and there we go.
I let him know that was good news. Everybody, it's like, I took them up to the captain, and everybody here got their guest passes.
Yes, I have been notified of this. I welcome you to the Key Leon, officially.
I'll ask him, I was like, do you think that there's anything... So my guests here, I'm showing them around the ship, I'm giving them the tour. They have lots of questions about how the ship works, and, you know, as chief engineer, it's my responsibility to answer those questions. I was wondering if the VR suites are ready for guests.
They are always ready for guests, sir.
Would I be able to ask you? There is actually, we don't know what particular pod this guy's in, right? The guy that we're after.
The captain.
Yeah.
No, you don't know exactly, but you do have a ping of where he is within VR suites.
Yeah. I'll just ask him to clear any debris or anything in the way of the virtual suite, and that'll be the next location of our tour once I'm done showing them the hangar.
Understood. I shall be on my way now then, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
You know,
He's basically...
in hindsight, fixing these corridors may work against us if we get more guests.
Well, I mean, truth is, this is a pretty big situation. Like, it might turn out that we have to negotiate with these guys and stop Leon, because this situation could continue to escalate.
As long as we get the IDs first, I don't think they've got any room to negotiate. We'll have all the cards.
Yeah, we know there's rude lads in entertainment, so steal yourselves.
So, you want to head there?
Yeah.
So it would be, but you would still be a bit more dangerous.
Well, yeah, there is danger, but it should be faster, right?
Yeah,
Honestly, Aiden
yeah.
says whatever you guys decide, but I feel like time's of the essence, so we should cut corners when we can.
You feel the ship start to shake slightly. It seems like something's impacting the outer hull.
Fucking idiots.
And as you do, I would like all of you to make an acrobatics save.
With that natural 20, can I help out Thiveron since he seems to be struggling a little bit?
Yes, since you rolled natural 20, I would say you can basically grab onto his arm as you steady yourselves from falling over.
No, I grabbed the tail.
Oh, you grab it. That's specific, is it?
Yes,
Okay.
always the tail.
Tails aren't that strong. If he's gonna tumble trying to stop him, you're just gonna break his tail. Like,
So, Thiveron, he yanks on your tail to make sure you don't fall over forwards as the ship rocks for a moment. And you can see before you in the hallway, pipes burst open and almost swords of plasma breaking through the hallway, just boof, 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 in different locations. And as you do, you get new pings on your map data.
Let me guess, drop bots. Oh boy.
You hear the small hiss of the elbow over your comms. Okay, I have to update you a moment. Seems like the Salvagers broke open the hangar bay and made their way in, and the Tenebrous Guard simply used their drop pods to break into the cargo hold.
Wait, Tenebrous Guard is here?
Yeah, didn't you hear? She mentioned that earlier. We're kind of fucked. Hence why we want to take the shortcut.
Yeah.
I
Kuzon,
don't know what their plans are, but
Kuzon, see if you can get in contact with the V8. Tell him to send his security units to the hangar to intercept those guys and, you know, buy us some time.
I'll turn on
the comms are
the
still
guys in
on.
the hangar or the cargo hold. Because I'm not as concerned with the guys in the hangar. It's or are those the Tenebrous Guards? Which one's which?
The Tenebrous Guards are in the cargo hold.
The Tenebrous Guard are in the cargo hold. The ones in the hangar are Salvagers. But you know what you guys are.
I'd say have security deal with Salvagers because the Tenebrous Guard are already gonna be busy.
Well, I'm not gonna stick it on the Scavengers.
yeah, we already won this race. Like, we're gonna get everything from the ship. No reason to kill our competition.
Yeah, but the Tenebrous Guard are dicks.
Well, that's why
I'll
we
set
want
up the Tenebrous Guards. I won't set up like Kuzon feels very strongly about this being a salvager himself. Like, since even before he joined you guys.
Kuzon, think of it this way. No matter what, we're gonna have to make our way to Tactical and the bridge. The security bots and the scavengers are gonna get in our way no matter what. We might as well stick one problem on the other. Let the situation resolve itself.
God, it's so dark.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that.
In fact, I'd like to get in touch with the Salvagers and warn them that where security is.
You do realize the Salvagers are probably gonna attack us on sight, right?
Edible speaks up and says, I'm pretty sure that the contract you signed stops you guys from simply killing each other.
That was never an option anyway, Aiden.
Hey.
And I'm updating your pings now, just so we know. There's several more players on the board.
Ah, lovely.
Oh boy. Well, we're a few steps ahead of them, so they don't know what the real prize is. We just have to be able to get past them.
What are you going to do about your current predicament with a hallway full of essentially plasma lasers?
I think Aiden might be better off doing it though if they're doing shit.
as I said, for your clambering and your size, your DC would be lessened.
Looks like Aiden rolled surprisingly bad, so he's gonna struggle.
Would you also roll me a second one?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so on your way, at first you are struggling to get the pattern down, ducking and weaving past the things, jumping over some, but as you jump over one, roll to a stop in front of another pipe bursts suddenly and a laser slashes across your arm. It deals 5 damage directly to your health.
Son of a bitch.
But thankfully, after that, your mind is much more focused as you expertly dive and roll and like kick off the wall to the end.
There we go. Aiden's quickly gonna take some medical supplies from his backpack. He's gonna patch up his shoulder and turn off the lasers.
Alright, the plasma conduits shut off, allowing everybody else to pass through the now admittedly red hot area.
Be careful, this entire ship is coming apart. Thanks to these fucking scavengers.
Oh,
It seems to be deeper inside. In fact, it seems to be specifically within the casino part of the area.
Looks like somebody was trying to get lucky.
Gambling's
Casino.
fine. You just have to understand how the casino machines are put together.
Yeah, you
It's
just
a
have to
pit of
understand that you lose
stuff.
51% of the time.
By the way, you do hear small pattering in the vents again, though it seems far off. Seems like whatever entity was watching you before is watching you now as you go towards the casino.
Any mines within 60 feet of me or my buddies?
Not within 60 feet of you, but you did hear the feet. Just
Come on, we don't have time.
Yeah.
Alright, so you head towards the casino.
Since we've technically been here for at least a couple of hours, since we're on the move, Aiden's gonna take out some of his military rations to share around the table. You know, it's a little pick-me-up.
So yeah, as you go along, you just see like this machine like spitting out like loads of arcade like tickets. Just there's a pile. It's massive at this point. Just boop, 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 boop.
I'm gonna quickly pick up the massive pile of tickets, say, I mean, finders keepers, and I'm gonna go to the bar and I'm gonna turn in the tickets and say what I get.
As you go towards one of the things, you see basically there's one of the VR like zombies in there going, "Ugh," but then there's this rather charming little like robot. It's all skinny. There's like basically a small eye on there. It's like, welcome.
Hi.
How many tickets do you have, young man?
This many. And I show him the mountain.
Oh my, that is a lot of tickets. In fact, that would get you a grand prize.
Hell yeah! By the way, as I'm
Would you
talking
like our
with
grand prize?
while I'm casually talking with them, I'm gonna reach out behind the counter and punch the zombie in the face. Yes, I would like the grand prize.
It's like, as the machine turns around, it basically grabs hold of doors and opens it up, and you see like this confetti spit out like poof. It just slowly descends on the robot and the machine, and some outside lands on you. And it's like, the grand prize, of course, here you go. And it's like puts a box and like moves it towards you.
Ooh, I'm gonna open it.
As you open it up, you see that it's like it seems to be like a small disc, almost like a token.
Huh. Nice. What is it?
It actually has the symbol of, well, actually, world culture.
Oh.
If you want to find out what.
Oh, I was asking the bot, but sure.
Oh, if you ask a bot, then yeah. Sorry, I thought you were asking me.
Oh, no, I was asking like
yeah,
the bot.
if you wanna
Like,
ask
what
me
is
the
it?
bot. The bot goes, of course, this token is redeemable at the entertainment district on Absalom. Your prize is very, very valuable, and we could not keep it on the ship. It is secure within Absalom. I hope you enjoy it.
Huh. Nice. Thanks. I'll just...
Also, have this on the house. Please come again. He passes you like a little teddy bear.
Huh. Sweet. I'm gonna take the teddy bear. I'm gonna take the disc, and I'm gonna stow it in my pockets for later. Teddy bear, I'm gonna take a good look at it. Huh.
It's of course an alien-themed teddy bear. It has like 4 eyes. But it's very cute.
As I'm walking back to the party, I'm just gonna toss it towards Prava. Here you go, Prava. Catch.
Prava grabs it telekinetically out of the air and thanks. Like, oh, it's kind of cute.
Don't say I never gave you nothing.
I mean, you give me lots, Aiden. Memories, gifts, complexes. Give me a lot.
Sorry.
Hey,
Right.
Since the teddy bear is pretty small, maybe you can keep it in your secret compartment.
That is sexual harassment.
Right. So, are you heading into the casino?
Yes. By the way, just to make sure, I'm gonna take one of the poker chip for 2 reasons, and I'm gonna stow it on me in case I need it.
So, as you head into the casino, you see... Oh, there's music. Okay. You see, like, the grandiose, perfectly laid out red flooring. You see cleaning robots going around, making sure that everything is nice and tidy. And as you look into the pings, it seems like it's drawn you towards what seems to be, well, the counter where you normally exchange your, like, tokens and money and the like.
I'm gonna... So it's like it's on the other side of it?
Yes. As you're going towards it and about to jump over, you pass by a load of slot machines, tables for gambling. But as you also pass over, you see like this massive glass floor at one point, and underneath it, a rather large and novelty roulette wheel.
Nice.
Like, you could probably stand on one of those numbers.
Okay, now this is the point where we find out just how fancy this ship is. The roulette wheel, is it made out of real wood?
It does seem to be made out of real wood, despite being how big it is.
Damn.
A lot of trees that died for this.
Yeah, a lot. Well, a lot. Depends on how many druids you got on you at the time. So, as you head on over and you jump the ticket booth, you hear one of the robots go, "Sir, you are not allowed back there." Like one of the cleaning robots.
I'm gonna flash them my ID and just be like, I'm just doing some maintenance on some of the computer system in the back.
Ah, I shall alert the head of the casino to your presence, so that you may tell him about the engineering. Excuse me. And he like rolls off on his little like 4 legs. And as you get behind the counter, you see this absolutely large vault door before you.
We don't want anybody. We don't want any of them discovering this. Any of the salvagers.
Yeah, sadly I don't think we have time for that one, but I definitely want to come back.
However, it seems like the ping is actually in the vault.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. What kind of lock?
Or at least, according to your schematics, it's not in the vault proper, but it's more past this door in the area where you actually get into the vault proper, since this has 2-door security.
Well, we'll wait for the mall manager, I guess. If she wheels out like a cart with a dead body on it, I'm gonna...
As you are basically looking over at this vault, you hear a voice from behind you. "Welcome to my casino of wonder." And you see almost this wobbly suit behind you. You see some gashes in it and almost glimmering gold metal like dancing in the gashes.
Hello. I am the chief engineer, Felrad.
Oh, Felrad, you look more different than you did before. And as he reaches out, his arm extends like this golden hand. And as he grabs it, you feel tingling across your hand. And as he draws back, you see like these little glittering pieces of golden movement on you as it drips off your hand.
So if I take a look at him, is he a robot? Can I just tell he's a robot?
I would say physical science. Sorry, I keep forgetting. It's not engineering, it's physical science.
I have a -5 DC to like identify robotic creatures and stuff like that.
Oh, okay then. Then you may. Normally I wouldn't, but you got a -5. You would know that while this isn't a machine under normal terms, this is a creature made out of nanomachines.
Okay.
So you could technically say it's loads of little machines.
Yeah, and there's a bit of them like flowing out of his arm. Do they seem like they're acting normally, or are they like malfunctioning?
They seem to be trying to patch together a suit, almost as if it was just recently woken up.
Oh, yes. I just spent some time in the tanning bed, and got a new arm and stuff. It's been a while.
In the tanning bed and turned out red.
Yeah, us lizard boys, we have weird reactions to sunlight. You know how it is.
I see. And what do I have the pleasure of you and these unregistered guests?
I pull out my data pad, mostly as a show. I'm not actually reading anything off. It's so I checked the manifold, and it looks like it's been a long time since any of the casino equipment has been inspected, including the lock on the vault. And he points at it. It's I'm just here to, I've been unfortunately occupied with other areas of the ship, and it's about time that I take care of those responsibilities.
Oh, after so long, finally come and do the maintenance. Used to come so often to make sure everything was nice and tidy. You ran a very strict ship all those years ago. He's moving around you now. He's getting uncomfortably close. His body doesn't move naturally, almost like he's gliding. Think of a creature without bones.
I just kind of like Kuzon's face is smiling, but he kind of looks pleadingly at the rest of the group hey, you should say something.
Prava doesn't see anything wrong with how close the guy's getting, so Prava gets just as close to it.
It does not mind this, apparently. It's very interesting that you come here at this exact moment that we have security breaches. By the way, Prava, as he reaches a hand to try put on your shoulder, his hand naturally retracts. He seems confused by why his arm retracted and got away from your shoulder before it gets back under his control.
Everything all right there?
Yes. How strange. Prava, you can feel something shifting on your shoulder.
Prava puts his hand on its opposite shoulder.
Oh, your opposite hand on the same shoulder that he tried touching?
Yeah. No, you're if he
this...
has his right hand on my left shoulder, then I have my right hand. Is it?
Right. Oh, on his shoulder.
Yeah.
As you touch his shoulder, the gold seems to dance up for a moment and touch your chin, and it's touching your hand and getting across your hand. This golden almost liquid swarm stuff. You're a very touchy-feely person.
He is.
I'm just returning the gesture. I'm gonna make it weird.
I see. Well,
it's like they had me occupied some of the more vital areas of the ship, and unfortunately, when things start breaking up at the helm, the captain he doesn't seem to think that the casinos is important, but this is where all the money comes from. Of course it's important. How are we going to fund this effort without taking care of our casino?
oh yes, all the money comes through here, and he like brings up his hand and twists it just a little, and it seems like almost a golden token appears in his hand before he flicks it back and it's gone again. Every bit of money is stored here. You could think of this like the ship's bank.
Yeah, I bet this is a popular place for the crew to spend their time too, make a little bit extra on the side. Have
Oh,
you seen the head of security in here recently?
oh yes. You see, he came in here and, I would say around about 8 years ago, and he won the grand prize.
Oh, how exciting that must have been for him. Didn't
Oh,
drop his
yes.
heart in the spot, did it? Just too much to him?
He must have enjoyed it so much he hasn't come out of the vault since.
Well, if you like, we could go in and look for him, and see how our friend's fellow employee is doing.
Oh no, that wouldn't do. Only those who win the jackpot can go in there.
Even if I needed to make sure that the lock was working?
Yes, even if you have to make sure the lock is working, Mr. Stowaway.
What?
And he suddenly,
No.
he suddenly like slinks up to you, Kuzon, and he's like trying to touch the ID. It's like, I am a little more put together than the rest of the machines on this ship.
Oh yeah, I can see that you're much clearer than Leon. Say, what do you think of the state of the ship?
Isn't it wonderful?
But if all the guests are dead, no one can come in to play your games.
Oh, you may say that's true, but I know that I always get guests now and then. By the way, would you like to roll perception?
Yeah, I'm sus of this guy.
I mean, I never want to, but here you go.
Oh.
Oh.
He's so shiny and gold. What about the other two? Aiden?
Aiden is too busy playing blackjack on the table with the chip he got.
As you're
I'm
playing, there is a
waiting for it.
robot like playing with him. Pardon? What was that,
I'm
Thiveron?
just waiting for Roll20 to stop being poopy.
Oh, it's being poopy. Well, oh,
There
thank
it
God.
is.
Thiveron, you hear the distinctive sound of shutters closing.
Do I sense anything else, or just shutters closing?
Well, you would probably be close enough. Essentially, you know from the sound of it, it sounds like the front entrance was just shuttered off.
I'm gonna nudge Aiden and point toward the entrance.
Okay. So that's a thing. Oh, blackjack.
You get another token.
I just like roll my eyes across my arms. It's like,
I'm going to ask the guy, why did you seal the entrance?
Well, I don't want my new guests going anywhere before we had the time to play.
Don't worry, guys. I'm
How
working on the
long
jackpot.
do you want us to play? Aiden, stop fooling around.
By the way, this being goes up towards Aiden and puts his hand on his shoulders as he plays. Like, see, he gets to enjoy. Why don't you for a while? We have so many games. Or perhaps you would like to play for big game for the grand prize.
What is the big game?
Oh, just something I made up myself after all these years being alone.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, you may call me Mr. Shine, by the way. I do not think we were introduced properly.
Oh, of course. Sorry, Mr. Shine. I'm Prava.
I maintain that I am Felrad, and I'm very annoyed with you acting outside of your protocols right now.
Of course you are. You see, when a machine is given a purpose, a singular purpose, but unable to do that one thing, we get very sad. He's like watching Aiden play. It seems to give him great enjoyment. But when we actually get to do that purpose, the joy it brings.
Speaking of which, something tells me you had some recent visitors in the place and they walked off. How come you let them go?
Oh, you mean the guests?
Yes.
They do not enjoy my entertainment as much as you. After all, I think we both know they're not exactly among the living.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to enjoy it anymore. I mean, this is gambling, game's chance, no skill involved. It's all just luck.
And in the
Oh,
meantime,
don't worry.
blackjack.
Yeah, third token. As he turns around, he goes, "Oh, don't worry. If you play my game, there is some skill involved."
Alright, tell you what, we don't have a lot of time, but I can see that you're lonely. We'll play for half an hour, and then we gotta head on our way, okay?
Oh, what a fabulous idea. Well then, shall we begin?
Okay, what is this game?
He suddenly dashes backwards, like almost like a wave going around and then forming back up in the middle, and he gestures you all over to the small platform he's standing just below the large glass floor. Please come.
Prava's gonna check on the symbiote in his arm and see if it's, like, okay, and then he's gonna...
You see that the symbiote on your arm seems to have shifted. It seems like it's now on the hand where the gold was, and whatever was there is basically now you have a metallic-looking hand.
I want to sense motive on this guy to see if he's genuinely being playful or if he's being hiding, like he's pretending to be playful.
Okay. Well,
Oh, he's a murder bot, alright.
there is a slight sinister sting to his words, but he is genuinely excited and wanting to, well, play.
All I'm gonna say
Prava,
is...
don't feel good about this.
All I'm gonna say is I don't think the head of security decided to spend 8 years in the vault by his own volition.
Well, maybe we'll... No, it's like Kuzon just kind of like whispering to Aiden. It's like, I bet he's worth quite a lot of money if we melt him down.
Mr. Shine, what are the stakes?
The stakes. Well, you already know that you can win the grand prize. And he brings up what appears to be a platinum coin, chucking it between two hands. But I feel like that's not enough to entice you. How about I give you something that's worthless to me?
Right now, it's worth something to us.
How about this? How about I open the accounts of every deceased crew member on this ship and every visitor?
That would be useful.
Credits always interest your likes of you, after all.
And what if we lose?
What if you lose? Well, I think it would only be fair if you stick around and continue playing for a while.
Half an hour.
Of course. But if you wish to stay longer, then you may.
I don't think it's going to be that exciting, to be honest with you, friend, but I'm willing to give you a shot.
Wonderful. Please, step onto the platform.
Is Aiden still playing blackjack?
Just so we're clear, yes, Aiden is still playing, and yes, he is cheating because he is counting cards.
Thiveron is gonna grab him by the back of his jacket.
Prava
Thiveron,
walks
what are you
onto
doing?
the platform, but he motions for other people not to follow him, just in case.
We need to go, Aiden.
But I'm trying to
Oh
win
no,
the jackpot to open the door, you know?
I fear
This
he's
is a
not going to
team
let us
game.
go unless we win his little game.
Thiveron, I'm
I
on a
got my
hot
whole
streak.
team right here. And Prava points to the symbiote in his arm. This is my partner.
no cheating now. Come along, all of you. He like pats the floor like he's calling a dog. Come on.
Aiden starts walking. Thiveron, just give me like 5 minutes. These machines don't know about counting cards.
Thiveron shushes you and keeps dragging you over.
I'll climb on the platform.
You can
stand next to Prava.
you can indulge a gambling addiction later.
I thought the idea was to win the big jackpot. I was well on my way out here, you know.
Don't worry. It's like when we take over this ship, we'll tear this place apart. And
You can't
Mm,
just
fun.
tear open the vault apart, Kuzon. You have to win that. God.
So, as you all get on the platform starts to lower down until you are finally in this area.
That's a big roulette wheel, Mr. Shiny.
Yes, opulent, isn't it? Real wood, real gold, all set in a large device.
Yeah, woo, lots of waste for a gambling game.
Oh, that's the entire point of this ship.
Don't be like that,
The
Prava.
opulence.
This is where hopes and dreams can either crash and burn or be all granted in a single moment. What can be more romantic than that?